Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Omega Oluwatosin, and if this is your first time or stopping by, please support the channel by subscribing, like, and you are free to share our videos. And on the channel today, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew a side slant pocket for a May pants, like an office pants. And if this is a tutorial video you are interested in, please keep on watching. You have a lot to learn in this video. The first thing you need is your pocketing. The reason why I'm using pocketing in this video is because the fabric I'm using is not enough. So if the fabric you are using is not enough and you cannot get a pocket back from that fabric, what you have to do is just get a pocketing. That's what we use to improvise for a male pocket bag when we are making a male pants. So the width of the pants is going to be 6.5 or 7 inches on fold. 6.5 or 7 inches on fold. So what you see me doing is just trying to measure what the 6.5, and the length is going to be 13 or 12.5 inches. 13 inches or 12.5 inches. The width is going to be from 6 to 7 inches, and the length is going to be 12 to 13 inches. You can work with any length of your choice, and make sure that when you are making a main pants you have a steam iron. You heard me right, work with a steam iron and a tailor clapper, because every time you want to iron, every time you want to smarten. While I'm busy trying to iron and cut out the pockets, let me tell you about Mo Fashion Academy. More Fashion Academy is located at Sabo Yaba, Lagos, and we are into trainees. We train students for both male and female wears. We also take order if you have a wedding, a naming, a ready to wear brand. We can work with you. We can also create patterns for you. What I mean is that if you have an order and you have difficulties in drafting the pattern, all you have to do is to reach out to Mo Fashion Academy, and it will tell you the fee we charge for the pattern we are making for you. Iron very well and make sure the hem of the pocket is straight. The next thing you want to do from here is to measure the pocket length. I think for this tutorial I made use of 13 inches. Yes, I think that was what I did, 13 inches. So that was what you see me marking. I'm just going in with my scissors and cut out the pocket. So take your time. You have to be a very patient person to be able to sew a menswear, because everything has to be neat and precise. Yes, it has to be very neat and precise. So I'm going to set that aside, and the next thing I want to show you is how to place the fabric of the pants on your pocket. Now remember that I said the fabric wasn't enough, but we have some leftover that we are going to use to improvise. Now I don't want the hem of my pocket to be straight. You can either leave it straight or curve. So what you see me doing is curving the hem of the pocket. After cutting the hem of the pocket, you are going to open it up. So let me show you how you're going to sew the fabric on the pocket. Now you're going to place it at the side like so, on one side, and then you're going to take this to your sewing machine and you're going to sew them together. Before we do that, let's jump into the pants itself. This is the front pattern of the pants. From the side seam, you're going to measure in 2 inch on the waistline. Yes, 2 inches on the waistline. Okay, and for the length you're going to measure 8 inch. Yes, 8 inch. Now the next thing you want to do, you want to come in with your soft stay. I'm going to cut this. If you have a paper stay, I prefer to work with soft paper stay, but we have hard stay here. Let's work with hard stay. You're just going to cut a small amount of this stay because we want to add a little thickness around where that pocket is. So now I'm going to place this on the 2 inches and the 8 inches. You slant it like this. Yes, you place it in between the 2 inches and the 8 inches to meet the 8 inches mark point. Now you're going to cut the excess out. Next, you're going to make sure that the part that is facing the wrong side of the fabric is the part that has the gum. Now after you are done, you're going to bring in your iron and activate the gum. Please take your time. Okay, activate it very well. Trim off any excess that you have around the waistline. You iron from the back, then you flip your pattern to the front and iron from the front as well. Make sure you iron your pants before doing all this. Now I'm going to bring the other one and place the gum part, Jesus, the gum part on the fabric. Make sure it's the part that has the gum that you are placing on the wrong side of the fabric. So bring in your iron. I always like working with my steam iron. I add a little water so it glue perfectly well to the fabric. Give it a nice press. Once you are done, you're going to trim off the excess as well. Take your time to trim it off. Be careful, don't cut out your waist. Same thing with the down parts. You're going to trim off the excess stay. The next thing you want to do from here, you want to give the front part of the fabric a nice press. That's why I told you from the beginning, if you are working on a menswear, either the pants or the clothes or the outfits, you must make sure that you are the type of person that love ironing, because if you don't do this, the grease will not fall at the right places. The grease line will not fall at the right places, so take your time to iron. Now remember I told you that we measure in 2 inch from the side seam. Now you're going to measure 2 inch now, in 2 inch from the side seam. The pocket opening is going to be 7 inches. So once you mark your 7 inches, you are going to notch up to half an inch at that 7 inches point. Yes. Now you are going to go in 2 inch. Please watch what I'm doing. The next thing you want to fold that 2 inch against the 7 inch. So it's going to give you like a slant detail. This is, make sure it slants, make sure it is slants. Come in with your iron and give it a nice press. Steam if possible. If you are using a steam iron, please steam to relax everything you have here. So I'm just using my tailor clapper to slim it down, to smoothen it down. So you flip it over to the right side and give it a nice press as well. You repeat the same thing for the other side of the pants. So this is what you can see, we have our slant detail already. Now let's work on the pocket bag. This is the pocket bag. I open it like so. The next thing you want to do, you want to bring this piece that we have from cutting the pants. So you are going to sew it at one side of the pant. I'm just making sure that I'm sewing the wrong side to the pocketing. Yes, make sure it's the wrong side you are sewing on that pocketing. all you have to do, once you have the wrong side, all you have to do is to top stitch it so that it won't move around. Okay, let's start this top stitching process. Please take your time, watch the way I'm doing. The reason why I'm not fast forwarding some important parts of this video is because I want you people to learn. So take your time and top stitch. Take a closer look at what I did here. You can see that I sealed the fabric on one side of the pocketing. Now watch the way I'm going to place the fabric on the other pocketing. If you are sewing the fabric on the right side, on the other pocketing you'll be sewing it on the left side. Yes, you are going to be sewing it on the left side. Okay, now one is on the right side, the other is on the left side. That's how you are going to sew the fabric on your pocketing if your fabric is not enough. And make sure that you have a leftover fabric that you can use to improvise. That means sewing it on the pocketing when it is needed. So what the way I'm sewing this, because I have issue with the camera. I don't know that the camera stopped when I was sewing the first one, so I'm just going to show you how I sealed the first one. I'm just going to show you how I did it. You can see what I did. Okay, so you're going to come here, you're going to sew everything and make sure it is relaxed. It is relaxed, as if the joint fabric and the pocketing are together. So take your time to do this. Nobody is rushing you. You are sewing a male pant and you have to be very detailed about it. Okay, you can see what I did here. I did not backstitch at the beginning and at the end of my stitch. This is what you're going to have at the end of the day. Now let's bring our pocket and I'm going to show you how to sew the pockets, the side slant pocket, and that's the reason why the video was filmed in the first place. So if you have any tutorial requests, please, the comment section is open for you. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Now watch the way we are going to place the pocket. You can see the way I picked it. Okay, that's how you are going to pick yours. So you are going to be sewing it. You are going to make sure that your main pattern is on the pocketing like this. Yes, and you are going to sew up to that 7 inches slant mark. Yes, sew up to that 7 inches slant mark, and you are sewing on a 2/8 seam, half an inch seam allowance. Yes, you are sewing on an half an inch seam allowance. Please backstitch at the end of your stitch. Don't backstitch at the beginning of your stitch, backstitch at the end of your stitch. Now you are going to fold the pocketing and the fabric together. You can see what I did, like as if you folded them together in the initial stage. The next thing you want to do is to top stitch on it as well. Now you are going to sew to 1/8 of an inch, to 1/8 of an inch. Don't backstitch at the beginning, but at the end of your stitch, please backstitch at the end of your stitch, and don't make it too obvious, just a single stitch back tack. So this is what you are going to have at the end of it. You can see how nice it look. Now you're going to open the pocketing like this and top stitch the remaining parts of the folded slants on the pocketing. Yes, you are going to sew it like so that the pocketing and the slant pocket is going to be like a one piece. Now everything has been so nice and neat. And don't forget that when you are sewing the menswear, always cut out all the thread, cut out all the loose thread. Don't leave any thread in your work, because it's not going to make your project look nice. The next thing you want to do, watch the way I'm going to place the pocketing and the cloth together. You can see the way I brought the two of them together. On the side seam, make sure they are matching. The two notch side is matching. You can see what we have at the end of the day. Now you are going to top stitch on it, just half an inch top stitch from the slant point into the pocket, into the pants, just an half inch, just to hold the pocket bag and the pants in place. Now this is what you are going to have at the end of the day. The next thing you are going to do is to notch the pocketing. Where that half inch sewing is stopping, you are going to notch only the pocketing, not the, you're going to notch in half an inch here, half an inch. You are not going to add the fabric to it, to just only the pocketing. That's what you are going to notch. Now put your hand inside and flip it inside out like so. The match point is going to align like so. You can see the way it's aligned. Now you are going to sew it. Sew on an half inch seam allowance. Sew a back tack at the beginning and at the end of your stitch. Okay, take your time. So once you have this, the next thing you want to do, you want to trim this up to 1/8 of an inch. That is 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. Now flip it inside out again. Okay, take your time. So this is what you are going to add. Now from that half inches notch point, you are going to top stitch on it. Make sure your top stitching is 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch, then you divide it to 2, that's 1/8 of an inch. That's what you are top stitching here. You back stitch at the beginning and at the end of your stitch. The reason why they double sew the pocket is because men love putting everything in their pocket, and if the pocket is sewn once, there is going to be an opening and most of your item will be lost. So this is what you're going to have at the end of the day. Now remember that when we are sewing this pocket from the beginning, we came in 2 inches. Make sure the stand from the new size seam to the pocket slant is 2 inches. Yes, we have our 2 inches. I'm going to use my pin to pin it in place. Make sure it is relaxed, everything is relaxed. The next thing you want to do is to top stitch the pocket and the waistline together. And this is how to sew his side slant pocket professionally. Yes, I said professionally. So if you have a tutorial request, please, the comment section is open for you. Please don't forget to like and share our video, and please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. My name is Omoyega Oluwatosin once again, and I'm the creative director of Mo Fashion Academy, Sabo, Yaba, Lagos. Okay, all you have to do from here is to top stitch and make sure that the pocket is relaxed, is not pulling, it is relaxed. You can see the way I'm trying to make sure that the pocket is relaxed before top stitching. Even if I had my pin on, I have to make sure that it is relaxed. All you have to do is to top stitch the pocket. Don't back stitch, don't back stitch, just top stitch. That is all for this tutorial. This is how to sew a side slant pocket. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.